Sunday night football, the Seattle Seahawks on the road at the Washington Commanders. Of course, Sunday night football brought to you by our friends at Bet365. If you have not gotten a Bet365 account yet, what are you doing? If you live in one of those markets, good on you. I don't. I do not have access to 365. I have to go down to Arizona if I want to do that. And trust me, I've made the trip just to bet at 365 down to Arizona. An awesome menu, some bets that aren't available at other places as well. They've got cool different promotions throughout that you can go in, and they're always changing throughout the course of the season and trying to really establish a huge brand overseas, really establishing themselves over here in the States. So if you have not tried 365, and at Noops, I know that you're kind of in the situation with me. It's a fantastic book if you have access to it.
Oh, it is. And, I just recently moved from Pennsylvania to New York. It's such a bummer missing my 365 account. And anytime I go back home to see family, that is where I end up placing a lot of my bets. The odds are great there. And again, I always talk about sportsbooks as having a deli menu. Nobody has a bigger menu than 365. And it's great. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff to bet in this game. But overall, this is a spot where, again, as an East Coast guy, I might not actually be awake come the start of the second half of this game. It's a spot where I love this for Seattle. The defense for the Seahawks has been incredible. The offense has been able to score points in bunches. Yes, Jaden Daniels is back, but in his first game, a little bit of rust here. I know the Seahawks have to make that really tough trip from Seattle all the way to Washington, but coming off a bye, I think that sort of wipes away some of those concerns there. So I had this game closer to 4.5. I'm happy to lay the 3 here. I think Seattle can kind of low-key throttle this Washington team that might be on its last legs.
Yeah, you do get Jaden Daniels under center if you're a Washington backer, but you lose Terry McLaurin, who re-injured that quad, so he's not going to be out there. And it's such a massive loss, Noops, because I know that people go, yeah, but you got Debo's a gadget receiver. And listen, there's room for gadget receivers in the NFL. If he is out there with McLaurin, he makes McLaurin's job easier. Like Debo can run all those drags across the middle and do those little quick outs. Like just getting the ball in his hands 4, 5, 6 yards down the field is kind of what you do with him. But Debo doesn't run wide receiver routes. Like he doesn't run the routes that McLaurin runs, and he's not able to do the contested catch stuff and all the different stuff that some of these other guys do. And so when you remove him from the situation, it just makes this offense so much worse. It's not like the drop off where if you're in Cincinnati and it's like, oh, Jamar Chase has to miss, but T. Higgins would be a wide receiver 1 on half of the leagues out, half of the teams in the league. And so you won't Chase out there, but like T. Higgins as a 1 is still fine. Debo can't be a 1. And so it just makes this offense so less dynamic.
Yeah, McLaurin, what he really does in the field, it's even beyond what he can do with his hands. It's the gravity. It's the way he pulls the defense with him down the field. There is so much more space for the Commanders' pass catchers to operate when he's on the field, and that's why they acquired Debo, because they had Terry McLaurin to take a safety with him, to pull the top of the defense off, to create space in the middle of the field for guys like Ertz and Debo Samuel to do their thing. Without McLaurin, I think you're just going to see the Seahawks impress pretty much this whole game, happy to just sort of flood the first 15, 20 yards with players and say, good luck getting over the top here, Washington. You don't have anybody else that can take the top off this defense. So that McLaurin injury, although, again, he's not the best receiver in the league, he might be one of the most impactful in terms of what an offense can do with and without him.
Yeah, I do wonder about Daniels being out there. I mean, I'm always curious as to, they kind of know, they have to know where they're at in the season as well. I mean, it's kind of a do or die situation for this Washington squad. Without McLaurin being out, does Daniels try to just kind of put this on his back? If you remember during that stretch last year, Noops, when this Washington team was playing so well, Jaden Daniels was running for like 80-something yards a game because he just was like, okay, there's nothing else I can do. Like, we have to win this game somehow. I'm just going to go do it, And so I almost wonder, even coming off of an injury and all of that, and certainly, it's a deal where you're sitting here wondering if these guys are playing 100% because sometimes they just want to come back and be in there. It's at 40.5 is the market low on the rush yards for Jaden Daniels. It's wouldn't surprise me if he gets close to doubling that if necessary, right? In this game, if they keep it close, and it's probably going to be because Jaden Daniels is like taking over this game. I'm with you. Like, I think it's Seattle. Like, it's either a one-sided, lopsided Seattle win, or Jaden Daniels is doing that Superman shit that he was doing at the end of last season.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. If you in any way, shape, or form want to back the Commanders in, what is a back against the wall kind of must-win game for them here? If they fall to 3-6, the season is effectively over. Yeah. They've got to win this game, especially with the way their schedule goes. I would look at again some same-game parlays. I know it's easy to do for our friends at Bet365. You know, Jaden Daniels to rush for a touchdown. Jaden Daniels say 50-plus rush yards. I mean, even sell up a little bit, and then put that with Commanders +3. I think all of that is highly, highly correlated, and will get you some much nicer odds.
Yeah, unfortunately for us prop bettors that have been cashing in on this for the last few weeks, the books came in, they flipped us the bird, and they said, you're not stealing our money on Jackson Smith-Njigba anymore. Like, we realize that he is a true alpha receiver, because I look at this secondary for Washington, which is absolutely atrocious, and I see Jackson Smith-Njigba, who has cooked everybody all season long. I was sitting there on Wednesday, Noops, rubbing my hands like this going, you open this at 79.5. You better open. If you open this at 79.5, I am freaking pumping this like whatever. 95.5 out there in the market. It's as high as 97.5 out there in the market for Jackson Smith-Njigba. So they said the gravy train is over. No more bets on JSN this year for us, but hopefully the first half of the season you were able to wet your beak on all of that. The algorithms, the people behind the counters have caught up and realize, oh wow, this guy's freaking awesome, and we can't put these numbers like where we had been putting them, and so 95.5 is the market low.
Efficiency is inevitable, folks. That's why you have to play these a lot. I know we're talking NFL, but in NBA season, again, we're starting to see that, some of these player props, and that's what you got to do. Strike while the iron's hot, get in there early, because after a few weeks, they notice.
And they definitely did on JSN. So again, like I said, hopefully we wet our beaks along the way, but it seems like the gravy train is over there for that one. Guys, everything we do, absolutely free. If you've not done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. Of course, Noops has great work over at lineups.com, so go and check out his stuff over there too. And let us know in the comment section, what's your favorite play of the week? Do you disagree with us on any of this stuff? Is there anything that we missed? Go ahead and let us know in there as well. For Noops, I am Matt. Good luck on all your bets.
Bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose, with Bet365 Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 plus only. T&Cs apply. In app only.